though, just where has he ended up?
As Jay Slater's inquest was held this week, the teenager that went missing in Tenerife last year, only to be found several weeks later. The inquest has raised more questions than it has resolved answers. Hi there, and thank you to everybody for joining me back at the channel at Just Gone Viral for another video. If you're new here at the channel, we like to cover crime and news, give analysis, and also bring you information that sometimes the mainstream media won't always tell you. So with that being said, please like, share, comment and subscribe. And without further hesitation, let's jump straight into the video. An inquest was held this week into the teenager Jay Slater that went missing on the 17th of June 2024 on the island of Tenerife. This was after attending a festival at the NRG along with friends, who then made appeals to the media and the public for their help in finding the whereabouts of Jay Slater. But the details have released some shocking truths about the information that we were told, and even still trying to reiterate the story and the narrative that we were fed through the media, and also Mark Williams Thomas. An inquest earlier this week has revealed information and details surrounding the passing of Jay Slater, as it saw just one of his friends attend to give evidence, who was Josh Forshaw, who had only met 19-year-old Jay Slater days earlier, as Jay and his best friends Brad and Lucy May Law queued up at Manchester Airport to board their plane to Tenerife. They discovered that Josh too was travelling to the Canary Islands to attend the NRG festival, and the group shared Snapchat contact details. I will go through the other details, but as towards the end of the video I will recap what was said and compare to how the evidence and the facts don't match up, especially when it comes to witnesses and inquests. It was heard that another one of Jay's friends, Brandon Hodgson, had shared several messages with him while he was at the music festival, as well as afterwards as Jay travelled to the Airbnb in rural village Masca. Josh Forshaw, who met Jay Slater while waiting at Manchester Airport, is a supermarket worker who is of similar age to Jay, Lucy and Brad, and who spoke with a Liverpool accent, gave evidence to the inquest via video link. The inquest was also shown a video clip believed to be Jay Slater's last video clip, along with still pictures and catchphrases. These were gloating about how he had stolen the watch and was on his way to go sell it for a tenner. Also, the other video clip that's attached is of him standing outside the apartment with the cigarette that we were shown. This is the same apartment and Airbnb that we were told was owned by Quasi Azim, where Jay Slater visited and was his last known whereabouts. So what about the witnesses that were also Jay Slater's best friends, such as Lucy May Law and Brad?
Come back up here today. First of all, how are you feeling about the way things are? You know, it's 72 hours since you spoke to Jay.
Well, it's actually even been longer than 72 hours now. It was 72 hours at 8:30 this morning, and obviously that's a long time to be going without food, without water, and I just think with the amount of time that's gone by, I feel like a little bit more could have been done on the authorities' part over here. But yeah, it's been awful. Honestly, I've never been so worried in my life. Like, it's just the unknown as well. Like, you don't know what's happened. You don't know where he's gone. Like, his last drop pin wasn't even on a road. Like, there's a reason he's gone off road, I think. Like, why has he not carried on the path? He's not a stupid boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would have stayed on the road. Like, it was at 8 AM as well, so, well, just after 8 AM, so that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night, it's not midday heat, so there's hikers, there's tourists, there's photographers, like, there's like people around. He's not stupid. He would know to stay on the road, and then he'd walk past someone and say, look, sorry, I'm lost. Like, I understand there's like the language barrier with some people, but someone would have been able to speak English. He would have been able to communicate efficiently to let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, why has he gone off the road? Like, there's unanswered questions, and I feel like they are doing some things, but I feel like they could try better to find out what's going on.
So much for doing this, and I know you're only doing this because Debbie's asked you to speak on behalf of them and to let people know what your best friend was like. Describe Jay to me, what his personality's like.
We did that festival for 3 days. We do one day festival. I don't know, I can't explain it, it's just different.
He's excited, he's got a zest for life, he wants to go and enjoy every moment to the fullest.
Yeah, he does, and he does that.
Enjoy every moment to the fullest.
Yeah, he does, and he does that. Yeah, he does, and he does that. He did that anyways.
The inquest also heard about Mark Williams Thomas's investigation and what he found with the discoveries of the Jay Slater case. Most of this was information given by Lucy May Law and also Brad, and the information we were told surrounding a missing Rolex. Yet we were told, when Jay Slater's body was found halfway down a mountain, that his belongings were all found around him, but no mention of this watch was ever mentioned or brought to light again, until recently with regards to the inquest. But even the details surrounding the make and model of the watch, as Mark Williams Thomas gave us, are completely incorrect, as Jay Slater's last video, as shown in front of you, was shown to the inquest. Josh Forshaw, who said he'd exchanged numbers with Jay Slater at Manchester Airport while queuing with Lucy May Law and Brad, said that Jay had sent him a message at the festival telling him that he'd ended up getting thrown out with 2 Mali kids and he'd just took an AP off somebody at the festival and was on his way to go sell it for 10 quid. Josh was asked what an AP is, to which he replied, an expensive brand. He was also asked if he ever saw the watch or if ever turned up and responded no to both, he said. Jay Slater's post-mortem is also said to have contained a high level of MDMA, also known as ecstasy. Strangely enough, an ecstasy brand back in the 80s and 90s was known as Rolexes, and with the details of the inquest reported, only leaves the questions left, such as why was Lucy May Law never brought forward as the person that actually made the booking of the Airbnb, and not actually Quasi Azim. So why is it where the Metropolitan Police, who went to go and serve a witness summons on Lucy May Law, were unable to find her whereabouts? And also with regards to Brad, who just happened to be on holiday, giving the excuse that he didn't know that the inquest was around them dates. Or further still, the reference to the Rolex, when in fact it was actually an AP, and Mark Williams Thomas would have been told this. But rather than take ownership and responsibility for the bad communication and details passed from Lucy May Law and Brad to Mark Williams Thomas, Mark Williams Thomas turned round and blamed the Spanish authorities. People have also raised the question that the Airbnb where Jay Slater slept has also changed names. People have said this is to move on from the event. It sounds suspicious. The fact that Brad said that Jay Slater called him as he slid down the side of the mountain after he called Lucy May Law, considering he only had 1% battery when calling Lucy, was never mentioned in the inquest. Why was an inquest held rather than a criminal prosecution and investigation? And why were we told that these people were given summons as witnesses to attend an inquest when the only time you're given a witness summons is to attend court? And last of all, the timing of this inquest, with only a couple of weeks left to go before the anniversary of Jay Slater and his disappearance. Is the UK public being lined up for another GoFundMe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash the like button, smash subscribe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.
It's just I don't know when it's going to end.